jak właściwy piłem, ciebie się wyśmiałem. Prosi kochanieczki, żebyś ty wypiła trochę gorzałeczki. Koło mego miasteczka stała młoda dziewczyna. Piękna była, piękna jak laleczka, ale była za młoda. Piękna była, piękna jak laleczka, ale była za młoda. Hej, hej, kawarerowie, nie zawracajcie dziewczynek głowę, głowę, głowę. Hej, hej, kawarerowie, nie zawracajcie dziewczyny głowę. Hej, hej. A ta młoda dziewczyna, jak wymalowana. Hej, ciemne oczka, piękne ciemne oczka, młoda dziewczyna miała. Hej, ciemne oczka, piękne ciemne oczka, młoda dziewczyna miała. Hej, hej, kawarerowie, nie zawracajcie dziewczynek głowę, głowę, głowę. Hej, hej, kawarerowie, nie zawracajcie dziewczyny głowę. Hej, 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 kawarerowie, nie zawracajcie dziewczyny głowę, głowę, głowę. Hej, hej, kawarerowie, nie zawracajcie dziewczyny głowę. Hej, hej.
Count them, two fabulous polka classics, as only the Touch of Brass Orchestra from Toledo could do. That was their quick little medley of Hey Cavalier, as well as the North Shore Polka. Well, happy Polka Sunday morning, and welcome to the Sunday Morning Polka Show of Northwest Ohio with your host, David Jackson. That's me, where we do our commitment every week to bring you the finest in polkas, waltzes, and obereks, and of course the occasional mystery tune thrown in as well. The vast majority of the polka music we play can best be described as in the Polish-American style, but we throw in some Czech, Slovenian, German, Bavarian once in a while as well, just to keep it interesting. Yes, we do. We bring you fine music, and we bring you two other features as well. 3 features. That's the Sunday Morning Polka Show. Music, the news from Poland, and the Polish word of the day. So let's take our first look and sound at the Polish word of the day. Here it is, kopać. Kopać. Here it is in a sentence. Kopali głęboko w poszukiwaniu skarbów. Kopali głęboko w poszukiwaniu skarbów. That is the Polish word of the day, and the Polish word of the day in a sentence. And now let's get back into the music. Here is Wesoły Staś doing the O Dig-a-Dig Oberek.
Oi! oj, dygy, dyg.
On ją woła do maszyny, ale nie ma gazoliny. Oj, dyg, dyg, oj, dyg, dyg, oj, dyg, 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 dyg. Wczoraj jadła chata mali, dzisiaj nie chce, bo ją bali. Oj, dyg, dyg, oj, dyg, dyg, oj, dyg, 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 dyg. Oj, dyg, dyg, 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 dyg. Nie śpiewa tuli luli, do starego się przytuli. Oj dyg dyg, oj dyg dyg, oj dyg 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 dyg. Nie przysuwuj się za blisko, bo ty jesteś pijaczysko. Oj dyg dyg, oj dyg dyg, oj dyg 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 dyg.
Oj, dygy, dyg, 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 dyg, dyg.
On ją pyta, co tam macie, ona mówi, ty wiesz bracie. Oj dyg dyg, oj dyg dyg, oj dyg 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 dyg. Już minęła noc po ślubie, ona mówi, oj to lubię. Oj dyg dyg, oj dyg dyg, oj dyg 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 dyg. Oj dyg dyg, 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 oj dyg 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 dyg.
Przyleciały do mnie bukowskie chłopoci, jadala, jadala, dala, woda, dala. Chłopcy moje, chłopcy, ja wasa dziewczyna, da, jak mi się to stanie, to wasa przyczyna, dala, jadala, dala, dala, dala.
Hey, diggy diggy lie, diggy diggy low, fell in love with a friend or no. The pop was born like half a dead go. Diggy diggy lie, diggy diggy low, diggy diggy lie, diggy diggy low. Everyone knew he was a boy. Nobody else can ever show so much love for diggy diggy low. That's the place they find romance, where they do the Cajun dance. Steal a kiss with every chance, show the love with every glance. Diggy diggy lie, diggy diggy low, everyone knew he was a boy. Nobody else can ever show so much love for diggy diggy low, yeah.
how about that? Some fine, new-ish anyway, polka music from the incredible polka country musicians. That's their take on Diggy Diggy Low. And before that, we heard a brief a cappella song from Aniela Świątek calling I Am Digging Potatoes and Beets. And we started off that little set with Oh Digga 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 Dig by Wesołe Staś. We play old music, we play new music, we play in-between music. You just gotta fasten your seatbelt, stick around, and if you don't like what you hear, then the next thing might be different. And if you like what you hear, the next thing might be different too. But you might like that as well. So try it. You'll like it. Why don't we hear some news from Poland, from Radio Poland. Here's the headline: Protests in Poland over abortion ruling. Protests were being held in a number of major cities around Poland on Friday evening over a ruling by the country's top court that abortion of a malformed fetus violates the Constitution. In the capital, protesters gathered near the home of Jarosław Kaczyński, head of the governing Conservative Law and Justice Party. They brought signs saying, "We want to have a choice." Warsaw police said that protests were also being staged, or the police said, the news says, protests were being staged in other Polish cities, including Poznań, Łódź, Wrocław, and Kraków. The demonstrations were sparked by a ruling from Poland's Constitutional Tribunal on Thursday, which tightened the country's abortion laws, which were already among the toughest in the European Union. The court decision caused anger among women's rights activists, but was welcomed by anti-abortion campaigners. After the ruling comes into effect, abortions will only be allowed in Poland if a pregnancy is the result of a crime, threatens the life or the health of a woman, and that is it. So that is the news from Poland, and there you go. We will get back into the music now, here on the Sunday Morning Polka Show of Northwest Ohio with your host, David Jackson. Remember, you can always reach us by sending us an email at sundaypolka@gmail.com, sundaypolka@gmail.com. And now we'll hear from the Rich Bobinski Orchestra, and we are going to hear the Rich Bobinski Orchestra's take on the classic Góral polka. Take it away, boys.
Hej góry moje góry, hej lasy moje lasy, hej dzień się podzieli, hej stare dawne czasy. Hej góry moje góry, hej lasy moje lasy, hej dzień się podzieli, hej stare dawne czasy, hej góra ja się góram, hej od samuczki ciatem, hej wykąpał mnie deszczyk, hej wykołysał wiatem. Hej góralu od życia, hej pożyczymy szybce, hej ja ci nie popsuję, hej no potańcuję, hej jerdysz, kaszka jerdysz, hej przyjdę do cię kiedyś, hej żebyś się nie chciała, hej żebym się nie śmiała. Hej chłopia, czy ja chłopiec z góralskiego rodu, hej pójdę po sztywieczki, hej nie będę miał głodu, hej góra, ja się góra, Ej, od samotki światem, ej, wykąpa mnie deszczyk, ej, wykołysał wiater. Opoje, bajkały. Hej, będę grać i wszystkich dziabów, tańcować, może do samego rana, hej, polski zabawa, tańcy.
Teraz przygrzewa przy nas taki najlepszy, co jest klarnesist, to jest Karliku. Zagraj nam tam, Karliku. Hej, na lewo graj. O, ci łys, raz, dwa. Or something.
One, two.
Jechałem do nieba, do piekła zstępował, a ten stary durek hardcore ple gotował.
Grajcie, baby, grajcie.
Nie zawracaj głowy, chodź ze mną do nieba, zobaczcie, anioły, będziesz tam wesoły.
Oh my, oh hell yes. Polka music is certainly the best. Just like that right there from Crusade, doing their big band version of the Ride to Heaven polka. Before that, we heard Bob Shemansky and the orchestra doing the Tipsy John Polka, Hey Hey, Love You Two Times. And we heard the Rich Bobinski Orchestra doing Hey Góry Moja Góry. A fine set of polka music here on the Sunday Morning Polka Show of Northwest Ohio with your host, David Jackson, trying hard not to be so sing-songy as one can be when one gets on the microphone. Yes, a little inside baseball for you there in terms of how a radio show is made. Hey, how about that Polish word of the day? This week we're going to go with a verb, kopać. That's one of those am-ash verbs. Ja kopam, ty kopasz, oni, ona kopa, I think. They would be kopali, right? So kopali głęboko w poszukiwaniu skarbów is the verb kopać in a sentence. How about that? Yes, indeed, the Polish word of the day. Brought to you from, by the way, transparent.com. No, they don't pay us. I just feel like it's fair to say where I get the word. The Polish American Journal is another place where I think everybody should spend a significant amount of their time. Why, just in the current October edition, and we're about to get the new one, we have in the news in the old Polish American Journal at www.polamjournal.com, drones to complement F-35 order, Polish solidarity with Belarus bridges political divide, British historian decorated for popularizing Polish history. There's an editorial on the need to dig a little deeper this Polish Heritage Month. There's a book review. There's polka news. You gotta subscribe. www.polamjournal.com. And if I do say so myself, and if I don't, who's going to? I believe I will have a stellar article concerning polka music and cultural memory in this November, the upcoming edition of the Polam Journal. So stay tuned. All right. In all likelihood, the majority of listeners come to a polka show for the music. And so now what I want to do is say this. Did you know that up in the middle of Michigan, where I'm from, Saginaw County, there's a place called Frankenmuth? But did you know there's also other Frankens up there? There's Frankenlust and Frankentrost. And the town of Frankentrost, for a very long time, may still, for all I know, I'm not 100% sure, I know they had it for a very, very long time, had a band called the Frankentrost Band. And I happen to have the record they made. I don't know if they made more than one, but I've certainly got this one. And so we are going to hear now, and please apologize or take my apologies in advance for my German pronunciation, Der Lustig Musikant from the Frankentrost Band.
posady na Marysi ulubionej, bo mi nie chcieli dać posady na Marysi ulubionej. Oj, szerokim gościenkiem pojedzie wóz za wózem, jak mi cię nie dadzą posady na mój, przebijem się nozem. Jak mi cię nie dadzą posady na mój, przebijem się nozem. Się przebiję, oj, u tobie się wyślę, żebyś ty wiedziała, posady na mój, co o tobie myślę. Żebyś ty wiedziała, posady na mój, co o tobie myślę. Oj, jakbyś mnie kochała, ja bym ciebie całował. Mój buziok czerwony, jak malina, oj, ty by mi smakował. Mój buziok czerwony, jak malina, oj, ty by mi smakował.
Muzykanci grają polki i oberki, to nasz dzień weselny, dla niej ulubiony. Mówią potraw smaczny, trunek dostateczny, to nasz dzień weselny, dla niej ulubiony. Krewnie przyjaciele tańcują wesoło, wciąż naokoło. Poprawili jutro, będzie tak samo. Tańcują do rana, Dana moja Dana.
Was a fabulous and long set of polka music for you right there. Here on the Sunday Morning Polka Show of Northwest Ohio, that was Raz, Dwa, 1, 2 from the Polka Sharps. Before that, we heard Hosadina from Eddie B. We heard the Fiddler's Polka from Happy Louie. And we send that one out to my brother Jim and sister-in-law Kendra with great big get-well wishes. Before that, we heard some fabulous Marv Herzog, some brand new Dynabrass, Nothing But Trouble. And we started off the set with a very strangely ending version of Der Lustige Musikant from the Frankentrost Band. Not quite sure what happened at the end of that, but I did it because that was a vinyl record that I digitized, and whatever little bizarre ending there happened because of me, but I don't remember doing it. How about that Polish word of the day, kopacz? Kopali głęboko w poszukiwaniu skarbów. There it is in a sentence. I like saying poszukiwaniu. I don't know why. It's a fun word to say. Poszukiwaniu. Anyway, let's get back into the music, shall we? That's a reason why a lot of people come to a Sunday morning polka show. We're going to go hear from Gary Strzynski with one called Wishing at the Wishing Well.
Po partyzancie dziewczyna płacze, nie płacz dziewczyno i otrzyj łzy. Jutro się jeszcze z tobą zobaczę, będziemy razem, ja i ty. Jutro się jeszcze z tobą zobaczę, będziemy razem, ja i ty. Nie płacz moja mała, będziesz trochę sama spała, a jak wrócę z tej wojenki, pobierzemy się. Górny i chmurny nasz los tułaczy, lecz polskie słońce tu świeci nam. Nie chcemy żalu ani rozpaczy, bo każdy los swój wybrał sam. Nie chcemy żalu ani rozpaczy, bo każdy los swój wybrał sam. Nie płacz moja mała, będziesz trochę sama spała, a jak wrócę z tej wojenki, pobierzemy się. A jeśli spotkasz mogiłę w lesie, co nad nią szumią gdzieś liście drzew, niech i te słowa wiatr w dal poniesie, o partyzancie zanudź pieśń. Niech i twe słowa wiatr w dal poniesie, o partyzancie zanudź pieśń. Bo nie płacz moja mała, będziesz trochę sama spała, a jak wrócę z tej wojenki, pobierzemy cię. Nie płacz moja mała,
for loving you? Is it wrong for being true? Tell me, darling, tell me, please, is it wrong? Have I waited for so long? Has your love for me gone? Is it wrong? Is it wrong for loving you? Way down deep inside my heart, you're the only love, sweetheart. You're the only true love I ever knew. But I ask myself inside, why keep telling myself lies? Is it wrong? Is it wrong for loving you? Is it wrong for loving you? Is it wrong for being true? Tell me, darling, tell me, please, is it wrong? Have I waited for so long? Has your love for me gone? Is it wrong? Is it wrong for loving you? Is it wrong? Is it wrong for loving you?
Well, that's some fabulous music right there from the Czechaholics Orchestra. Gotta love those Czechaholics. Whenever I play the Czechaholics, I send that out to the love of my life, my wife, Lori. Before that, we heard Holiday in Poland, live from Frankenmuth, Michigan, from Lenny Gomulka. Shout out to Big Joe and Eileen. Hey, shoot me an email if you guys are listening. Well, anybody shoot me an email over at sundaypolka@gmail.com. We also heard the Blackjack Polka from Jimmy Sturr. Don't Cry from John Gura, which reminds me of something I say to our little French bulldog Pember, who is a bit of a drama queen and something of a whiner. I like to say nie płacz piesku, which may or may not be correct grammatically in Polish, but it means to me, well, I mean, I know it means don't cry, little dog. Nie płacz piesku. And before that, we heard the Wishing Well from Gary Shrzyński. You get more music on the Sunday Morning Polka Show than any other radio show in the history of recorded human music. I can say that because nobody can check it. Ah, check. We just played the Czechaholics. Oh my, the comedy keeps rolling. Let's revisit for one last time the Polish word of the day, kopać. It means to dig. Kopali głęboko w poszukiwaniu skarbów means they were digging deep in search of a treasure. And they found it on the Sunday Morning Polka Show, because the treasure, it turned out, was the music itself. And everybody lived happily ever after. All right, well, you've done it again. You've managed to squander a perfectly good hour of your life listening to the Sunday Morning Polka Show, but we appreciate your having done it. Please tell all your friends and family to listen over on the Mixcloud, and we're going to go out with brand new music from Randy Krajewski and Badanov, one called Polka Train. And if the good Lord's willing and the creeks don't rise, we'll be back next week. Until then, do, as Homer Simpson would say, zobaczenia.
All aboard!
Well, the train pulled in the station about 1961. I've never been to Chi-Town, but let me tell you, son, the town was really buzzing about this cat from Black Swamp Town. This boy who shook the squeeze box made such an awesome sound. He was a rebel, don't you know, this kid from Toledo. Long train, rocking to and fro. Yeah, I heard the whistle blowing, but it was so much more than that. There were guitars and a singer, and this big bass they would slap. I saw my town passing, I waved goodbye. Bye-bye. 'Cause that polka train done hooked me like bourbon, whiskey, and rye. Polka train kept rolling. The kid, he led the way. Polka train kept rolling. Trouble Jack shoveling coal. Polka train kept rolling. Lenny was a brakeman. Polka train kept rolling. Eddie B, he ran the show. Rich Benkowski punched my ticket. This train don't ever stop. Just hang around and listen, boy. We'll show you how to rock. This train's sure rolling fast. Well, kid, if you can't hang on, you ain't never gonna last. I told Fireman Larry, shovel up a little more coal. More coal. I went and grabbed my squeeze box. I yelled, let the good times roll. Polka train kept rolling. The kid, he led the way. Polka train kept rolling. Trouble Jack shoveling coal. Polka train kept rolling. Lenny was the brakeman. Polka train kept rolling. Eddie B, he ran the show. Rich Benkowski punched my ticket. This train don't ever stop. Just hang around and listen, boy. We'll show you how to rock. 'Cause I knew I was on a ride that would take me to the top. Polka train kept a rolling, it ain't never gonna stop. The train had hit a tunnel, everything got dark as night.